Bram, and the purpose of my experiment is to see if changing the acidity of a dye solution will make a brighter egg, and to see if using a different type of dye or vinegar will change the acidity and make a brighter egg. So when you're setting up the workstation, you want to cover up your whole workspace so you don't stain your table or whatever you're working on. So the first, we're going to be talking about the ingredients I'm using. We're using distilled water, apple cider vinegar, and distilled white vinegar, colored dye, and pH strips. Next, we are going to be setting up the constant, which is 100% and 1 cup of distilled water. Next set of cups, we are going to be setting 100% vinegar, which is 1 cup of vinegar. Next cup, we're going to be using a different type of vinegar, distilled white vinegar. Next cup, we're going to be putting a 50-50 mix of distilled water and vinegar. So we're going to be using half cup of vinegar. This is apple cider vinegar. Distilled water, half cup. Next cup, we're using half cup of distilled white vinegar. And half cup distilled water. Next cup, we're using 75% distilled water, so 3/4 and 1/4 vinegar. Next, we're using 3/4 distilled water again for the second cup and third set of cups. Next, 1/4 distilled white vinegar. Before putting the pH strips in the cups, in the solutions, we want to stir them up so the solutions are more accurate. After stirring the cups, we are going to be putting the pH strips inside of them to test the pH level. You might be asking, what is pH? pH is the acidity level of a solution. We're putting first pH strip in We're going to be leaving it in for 30 seconds so it will be more accurate. We're going to let that dry towards the end of the video. Next we have 100% vinegar. That seems about right. Now that we have our pH strips, we're going to be adding the constant of 4 drops of dye in each solution. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. Right. Now we're going to stir them up because once again, we want the solutions to be accurate and we want the eggs to bond with the solution. Last cup. Now you're going to be adding the eggs. My hypothesis was that apple cider vinegar is going to be a better working solution and vinegar that will make the brighter egg. And I'm thinking the hypothesis is that 100% vinegar will make the brighter egg. We're going to be adding 1 egg in each cup. Drop them nicely. You can already see some bubbles forming on the egg because that is the carbon dioxide forming around the egg. Which makes it easier for the dye to bond with the solution. Once again, dye is made from an acidic acid, and also vinegar has acidic acids in it. So we're going to be waiting for 10 minutes to let the eggs sit in the solutions, and we will be back with the results. They're made of something called calcium carbonate, which is CaCO3. Vinegar has acetic acid in it, which is C2H4O2. When those chemicals are bonded together, they make carbon dioxide bubbles around the eggshell, which is CO2, the symbol for carbon dioxide. 10 minutes has passed, and the eggs are now dry. And for water, this distilled water, pH is 7. For the 100% vinegar, the pH is 3. And the 50-50 mix is a pH level of 3.5. The 75-25 mix was a pH level of 4. The my hypothesis was wrong because the distilled white vinegar created a brighter egg. And the one with the 50-50 mix, the distilled white vinegar created a brighter egg. But it's more streaky than the other eggs. And the 75-25 mix with distilled white vinegar, it's more covering the whole egg instead of being streaky like the pH level of 3.5 50-50 mix. So the 75-25 mix was a better solution to create a brighter egg. I'm passing an egg around in the solution so you guys can see the carbon dioxide forming around the eggshell. If you have any questions, just ask me at the end of this presentation, and have an excellent day.